Waterfronts are the most valuable areas in nature. Especially in arid regions, access to water is the most crucial condition for survival. For this reason, the rare wetlands in Africa's barren lands become gathering places for many species. Some travel long distances to reach water, while others establish their homes in the nearby plains and trees, never straying far from the life-giving source. Baboons spend most of their day in this area. Antelopes, whose ears are attuned to the slightest rustle, drink as much water as they can before heading to the grasslands. Zebras, too, are caught up in the rush to quench their thirst among the crowd. And Africa's uniquely diverse birds. For them, the waterfronts are not only a source of water, but also resting places. However, the precious water resources of Madikwe also come with great risks. While trying to satisfy their thirst, animals must remain cautious and alert to avoid becoming prey. This rhino and her 4-month-old calf must also stay vigilant against dangers. The mother has no natural predators, but the calf is still highly vulnerable. The water source is in an open area filled with threats. That's why the mother and her calf hurry toward the relative safety of the bushes. Where there is demand for water, competition follows. Elephants, determined to protect their territory, do not want giraffes in their domain. The giraffes have no choice but to find another place to drink. The tallest creatures on Earth, giraffes are particularly vulnerable when drinking water. Their long legs make it difficult to bend down and reach the water, leaving them exposed to external threats. Since they struggle to keep an eye on their surroundings while drinking, the more of them there are, the safer they feel. Moving in groups is the most effective strategy against potential dangers. Today, the giraffes have quenched their thirst in safety. Now they can resume feeding. Giraffes, which spend most of their waking hours feeding, favor the acacia tree. Although bending down to drink water is a struggle, feeding is effortless. Thanks to their long necks, they can reach the fresh shoots that other animals cannot. At first glance, these plains may appear barren, dry and lifeless, covered in withered vegetation. But they are home to countless species, many of them rare, perfectly adapted to their environment. Madikwe, surrounded by mountains on 3 sides, is a vast basin covered in thick, thorny bushes. The biggest fans of these thorny bushes are elephants. Elephants can eat almost any thorny plant, shrub, or grass they find. As they feed, they also help create habitats for other animals. By trampling through dense vegetation, they open pathways for other species and clear dry branches, paving the way for new shoots to sprout. However, in these lands, where food is abundant but water is scarce, survival is a struggle. Living in herds with their families, elephants must establish dominance over water sources. This male elephant is trying to prove himself by using his physical strength. The best way to do this is by asserting dominance at the watering hole. In this land of constant conflict, those who lose must seek another place to establish their superiority. Meanwhile, the victors enjoy the scarce waters, at least for now. Some regions in this geography have even less access to water. The vast, endless Kalahari Desert, receiving rain only a few times a year, these lands are covered with plants that have adapted to extreme drought. Like the plants, the animals here have also adapted to life without water. The Kalahari's most charismatic predators, meerkats. It's early morning. The dominant female of the meerkat family scans the surroundings. Then the younger ones, followed by the pups, cautiously emerge from their burrow. Stepping onto the cool sand after a warm night in the burrow is difficult. So, their first order of business is basking in the morning sun. Once their bones are warmed, it's time for the daily grooming ritual. Meerkats groom each other to strengthen social bonds and prepare for the day ahead. After soaking up the sun, it's time to leave the burrow and search for food. The small predators of the Kalahari will spend the entire day digging through the sand, searching for edible delights. Their meals will consist of termites, larvae, and worms, which also provide the moisture they need to survive. While the adults are busy foraging, the pups create a commotion. At just 3 weeks old, they are hungry but lack the skills and experience to hunt. Until they reach maturity, the young ones will rely on the older family members to feed them. Adults and young meerkats are responsible for both themselves and the pups. This strengthens social bonds, enhances relationships, and ensures the healthy growth of the younger generation. In addition to being fed, the pups also have guardians. These caretakers guide the little ones who struggle to keep up with the group and ensure their safety throughout the day. While the meerkat pups grow in the Kalahari, there is a frenzy of breeding along South Africa's wild coasts. Cape gannets, who spend most of their lives in the ocean, have come to these shores to breed. Elegant yet noisy, these birds must quickly find and secure nesting spots. The more space they have, the sturdier their nests will be, protecting their precious eggs. That's why arriving early is crucial. Those who come first get the best spots. Nests located at the heart of the colony are the safest, so the gannets compete fiercely for the best spots. These birds are monogamous. Those who have already found mates are lucky. They don't have to impress a potential partner. However, the ones who have lost their mates or are looking for the first time face a tough challenge. Like many bird species, Cape gannets have elaborate courtship rituals resembling a dance. Their graceful and noble display will continue for a while longer. Once paired, they start building their nests using feathers, grass, and mud. Throughout the day, the mates take turns fishing in the ocean. Good nutrition is essential for producing healthy eggs. However, returning from a fishing trip is not easy. With the colony growing denser by the minute, finding their mate and nest becomes a real challenge. Sometimes they must circle above the colony several times before recognizing their home. Landing in the wrong spot leads to intense fights. These shores are no strangers to fights and disputes. Living in densely packed colonies, animals constantly battle over territory. Fur seals are among the most aggressive residents of these coasts. Despite their adorable appearance, these animals are highly quarrelsome and aggressive toward each other. The limited space and their clumsy movement on land lead to daily chaos. Fur seals are not well suited for land life. However, the dangers of the ocean force them to take refuge on these rocky shores. Their bodies, designed for swimming, make moving on land a struggle. That's why they prefer to stay still for long hours, basking in the sun. Yet these seemingly sluggish animals are born swimmers and skilled hunters. Every day, they dive into the ocean to feed themselves and their pups. As the young seals watch their mothers, they begin to learn the art of hunting. But the ocean is unforgiving. For inexperienced seals, staying close to shore is the safest choice. Those who venture into the deep embrace their true element. In the water, the seals glide like ballet dancers. While the land is harsh and competitive, the ocean is their only source of food. Yet the waters they hunt in are also filled with dangers. So their strategy is to eat quickly and return to shore. And just like that, they find themselves back in their safe haven. Nature, with its colors, sounds, and untold stories, weaves a new saga every day. As some creatures drift into sleep, Others prepare for the long night ahead. In these lands and waters, where the strong triumph over the weak, the struggle for survival never ceases. The wild has its own unbreakable rules, and every creature must abide by them. This eternal cycle continues to captivate humankind, offering lessons in resilience and survival. As long as we listen, this breathtaking spectacle will go on.